Take your time, little one. Get it right.
Perfect.
What I'm saying, soccer fans, perfect is right. We're all set for another edition of the Thorns Soccer Show. I'm Ann Schatz, always so delighted to have you with us and really delighted to welcome Bella Bixby to the show. Bella, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, heck yeah. All right. It's been quite a week for you and the Thorns. I mean, take us back to just a few days ago. You're all geared up for your home match against Washington. Providence Park promises to be rocking and rolling, only to have that match postponed on Friday, hours before kickoff, due to COVID issues on the Spirit side. Help us understand how difficult and challenging that is from a team's perspective, mentally and physically, when you're so ready to go to battle.
Yeah, I think as a group, we were really ready to get after it. And we kind of knew the days leading up, this could be a possibility just with the developments. So we knew that this could be a possibility, but I thought as a group, we really approached the trainings and the pregame in a way that we, mentally were there ready to play. But to get that blow that we wouldn't be playing on a night where we were expected to get so many fans it was a little bit crushing, but honestly, now we get a few extra days and we get to look forward to North Carolina, which is really exciting. So
yep.
It is what it is.
Of it was pretty crazy, though, and I wonder how the team responded. I mean, here you are in the middle of a white-hot, tight NWSL regular season race. Who's going to capture that shield? I know you guys are atop the table, but many teams knocking on the door. Do you try not to look at it as 3 points left on the field? I mean, critical points. You may make it up, but those were 3 points on that day you couldn't capture.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, we want to be given the opportunity to compete for those 3 points on Saturday, but we can't look at it that way. We can't focus on what, things we don't have control over.
Right.
We have to be in a mindset in which we take it day by day and really attack the challenge ahead of us. And right now the challenge ahead of us is a match on Sunday against North Carolina. So as frustrating as it is, and there's some uncertainty in the air about if this game will be replayed or when it will be replayed, we can't really be worried about it right now. So we kind of just have to take it day by day. And that's what we've been doing. So it's not different, but it is, it's what's on our plate right now.
Okay. Your team is so professional. This was another opportunity for you guys to step up and really be professional, stay together, stay positive, look at the, things you can control. This COVID scenario with the Spirit, you could not control. What was the mindset in terms of getting back on the training pitch, what you could control?
Yeah, we kind of adjusted our weekly build-up because of the canceled game. It looks a little different than we were initially thinking, and it actually suits us a little bit better in the sense that we have had a crazy game schedule. I think we had 7 games in 4 weeks. We would have recovery, game prep, recovery, game prep. It was that way for 4 weeks. And I think that the adjustment to that as a professional, we've actually been given a little bit more runway time to really play together for the first time as a group in training since the Olympians came back. And that's the silver lining of this. And that's how it's what we've decided to latch onto as a group, is that we've gotten a good opportunity to really play with each other and build up to a game in a way that we haven't been able to do in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I can't help but think that weeks from now, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but there may be a time when you guys all look at each other and say, you know what? That postponement or cancellation or what have you was not the worst thing that could have happened. We got some extra training in, and that could pay huge dividends down the stretch.
Yeah, I think that we have to take the little things when we get them. Mm-hmm. And certainly we don't know what a rematch would look like on our calendar, when that would be, if that's going to be difficult for us in terms of just if it's close to other matches or whatever it is. We can't really think about that right now. So we really have to latch on to the positives that we do have right now.
All right. We're going into segment 2, and that is called Know Your Teammate.
Oh, God.
I am going to put you on the hot seat. We do this with every one of our guests. Yeah, so Shelby Hogan. Let's see how well you know Shelby Hogan. And Richard Farley, our good friend, went out to training, talked to Shelby Hogan. We have some questions that we asked her to see if you can sync up with the right answers. But before we get started with the questions, let's see if Shelby is confident in your responses. Let's see what Shelby thinks.
I'm gonna give her 3 out of 5.
Would you be happy if she got 3?
Yeah, I think I'd be happy.
Okay.
We'll see.
I think she should get more.
I don't know. Once again, we'll see if she's been listening when we talk.
3 out of 5.
I'll be
She's
happy.
lowering the bar with you, Bella. She is lowering the bar.
It's realistic.
All right. I think 4 out of 5. That's the bar. I'm raising the bar, and I'm not pressuring you or anything, but every single one of the guests on this show have been 4 or 5 out of 5. So,
Okay.
oh yeah. All right. 5 questions. I'm going to ask you the question. You're going to answer, and then Shelby will chime in and give the absolute answer to see if you're right or wrong.
Okay.
Number 1, Shelby Hogan's hometown.
Oh God. I don't even know that. I'm such a West Coaster. Ugh.
Start heading to the right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Oh my God, I can't even think of the states. Don't come for me.
Let's go nor'easter. I'm going to help you a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know where she went to school. I don't have an answer. How do I not know this?
Well, it's okay, because now you got to get the rest of them right. But let's get Shelby's answer, and you'll never forget it. Because
that's
here
true.
it comes.
Yeah,
Shelby,
I
what do
might
you
even guess.
got, Shelby? What do you got?
Franklin, Massachusetts.
I would have never. I was thinking Massachusetts, and I would have said Boston, even though it's not correct. But
Well, heck, I would have given it to you because I'm just watching you twist in the wind. All right. Oh, you're 0 for 1. You know I love you. You're fine. How many siblings does Shelby have?
I know she's the youngest because I'm the youngest, and we have bonded over that. I'm gonna go with 2.
Shelby?
I have 2 siblings, an older brother and an older sister.
Okay. Should she be expected to know that they're older? Should
I
we
don't
hold her
know
to that
about
standard?
old. I think she does, but
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay, maybe we'll give her like
We'll
half
see if she
points.
listens when we talk.
What college did Shelby Hogan go to?
Providence.
Providence College.
All right. 2 on your side, 1 on the negative side. You already told us that Shelby went to Providence. What is the Providence mascot?
It starts with an F.
Yeah.
Friars.
Shelby?
Friars.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You've quickly come back.
Yeah. I'm at
You've
3.
You've risen from the ashes. All right. Which round was Shelby drafted in this past NWSL draft?
I thought Shelby. Did we draft her? I'm gonna go. Is that a trick question? I think I'm gonna go with. We kind of had a last minute scramble. I think we found her. I think this is a trick question. She was not drafted.
What'd you say?
She was not drafted.
Shelby?
I was undrafted.
Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't get drafted.
We found her.
Okay, so you trusted your instincts.
Yes.
And I'm just going to ask you right now, because if you don't get this right, we're done. What town was Shelby Hogan? What would she call her hometown? What did we just tell you? No, this is the trick question I'm throwing at you to see if you were paying attention.
Franklin,
There it is. What state?
Massachusetts.
Good. We're done with this. You see, it wasn't that bad. You got 4 out of 5 right. How you feeling about that?
Pretty good.
I feel really good about how well you
I wouldn't
did.
have guessed her hometown. She probably wouldn't have guessed mine. You know, she probably would have known I was from Oregon, but
Well, all I know is you rallied well, and it's done.
Yeah.
Hard
Yeah.
part's over. Boy,
Stress.
between the 2 of us, Lord have mercy. All right,
oh my
next
God.
segment. Next segment is called Extra Time. And this is my favorite chunk of this show because we get into the head and heart of one Bella Bixby. It's not, I don't know if it seems like forever ago, but to me, it seems like yesterday when you showed Thorns fans, NWSL fans, soccer fans around the country and the world, what you could do in goal when given the chance during that Challenge Cup in Salt Lake City. Spectacular. Then the ACL tear. You have faced injuries and adversity before, but once again, you dive into rehab. How were you able to rise above that injury bar again and come out playing so well this season?
Yeah, I think that once I tore my ACL, I really forced myself to process that immediately. I'm a big believer in feeling your feelings so that they don't come up later. You have to process it, and that's a big one to process, obviously. As soon as I got back from Portland, my team was playing in the fall series, and I didn't really have a choice. We really just dove into rehab, and my medical staff just got me, on the right track right away.
Okay.
And every day I was able to kind of just have a new goal. With an ACL rehab, every day you're trying to get a little bit better with the smallest things. And so you always have a goal in mind. And so I didn't catch myself very often thinking ahead of where I'd be at in 6 months, 8 months. I was just trying to do the right things every day. And that added up so that I was able to come back, in my opinion, very quickly, which it was about 6 months. And I found myself in a position where athletically and in terms of body mechanics, I was a better mover than I was before. I was stronger, I was fitter, I was faster, I was more explosive because I had to relearn how to move. And we caught all these body mechanics that weren't great before. And I feel like I'm just a stronger, fitter, more well-rounded athlete. And that lended itself for me to really take on coming back to goalkeeping in a way that I was a better athlete than I was last summer. So I feel like I was able to really attack it in a way that I knew the right things to do, but now I almost had this new foundation to work with, and it came back kind of fast in that way. So
that's huge.
Yeah.
When you stop and think about that, coming back even better, and obviously the mindset is there. Let's fast forward to you getting clearance to play. And when A.D. Franch was put on the U.S. Women's Olympic team, you knew you were going to get your opportunity in goal this particular season, this spring and summer. How did you and Thorns goalkeeper Nadine Angerer make sure you were ready?
Yeah, right from the beginning, me and A.D. were obviously both recovering from our knee surgeries simultaneously. Different surgeries, but similar trajectories in the sense that we were really building off of each other during our return to play. And that was beneficial for both of us in a lot of ways because we were making these stepwise movements together, and the little victories just felt, we were able to share that with each other. And so AD had this goal, obviously coming back from her knee surgery, to go to the Olympics and make the squad. And that's what we were really pushing for her and getting her ready. So I felt like this huge responsibility to make her feel ready and give her, compete with her in trainings and get her there. And that in and of itself helped me prepare to play. And I knew that if she would go to the Olympics, that would mean that I would have my chance. I didn't think about that at all. I, stuck to our team principles in terms of tactics, and I was working really hard on my technical skills, but I had a lot of focus on getting AD ready and confident for the Olympics as a training partner. That's something that we've fostered really well in our goalkeeper group. Is it's not individual work. We're all working together. We're all offering our perspectives on each other's play and decisions. And that it's like preparedness without thinking about it is something that we've accomplished as a goalkeeper group really well.
It's interesting. It seems like, and you're no exception, the keepers at Ice Bear University under the tutelage of Nadine just seem to go up to summa cum laude kind of status. How has she impacted your game, plain and simple?
Yeah, I think when I first came to the Thorns, there was this major overhaul from Nadine on my technique, and that's how it goes. Anytime a goalkeeper joins our group, it's this massive overhaul. We're going to reteach you how to dive even, and it's that seems ridiculous, but that's how it is. And so there's this a lot of growing pains and frustration that comes with that, and she really just helps us stay the course and become confident in ourselves, and while we're kind of relearning how to do this. And Yeah, I had to lean on her a lot when I was first starting out with her and with this group. I had to lean on her a lot. And I think that she offered this kind of external validation that was really real. It wasn't like, you got this. It wasn't like very shallow. It was very much like, you don't have it right now, but I believe you can get there. It was very real. Like, it was something I could latch onto. Like, if Nadine believes that I can do it, I can push through this really crappy day and get it done. And before I knew it, I had a lot of days like that, but before I knew it, I found myself in a position where I was confident and capable. And it felt like, I look back, I'm like, when did that happen? But in the moment, it feels like it's just inch by inch. But she's good at keeping you on the track, even if you don't feel like you're on track.
Amen. You know, I know just how well you've been playing, allowed the club to trade AD. I know you had an emotional goodbye with her. You guys, very, very good friends, but here you are, the number one keeper for the Portland Thorns at this time. You know, the matches that you've played in, 5 clean sheets, your stud back line, and you just, it appears, takes giving up goals. You don't give up many, but it appears you take that personally. Yeah,
I think that this team, not just me, but the back line, this whole team takes that very seriously and very personally. I think that we could be up. We've had a couple games where we've been up a couple goals and given up one in the last 10 minutes. And the way we feel after the game, you would think we lost. And that's just how seriously we take it. We don't want to concede any goals. We take pride in the clean sheets. We take pride in, denying teams quality chances on goal. And so, yeah, I'd say as a team, we take it extremely personally, and we don't let it, if we don't get a clean sheet, it's obviously not we play the game through, and it is what it is. But we really do, before the game starts, as a defensive line, at the very least, that's a huge goal on the front of our mind, is to deny the chances that make teams dangerous and to grab that clean sheet.
You know, as we head down the stretch of this show and this interview, Bella, you mentioned how nutty the schedule has been up till this point for you guys. If I'm not mistaken, at the day that we tape this show in September, you only have a couple of matches left in this month before it gets nutty again. But you mentioned Carolina being next, and I know that you've got to score to settle with that club. They beat you earlier in the season. You were not in goal in that game. Can you draw from what you did against them last year in Salt Lake City? You know their personnel. Does that help you confidence-wise? You were spectacular in that match.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I try to address all games the same as a goalkeeper. I can't feel like subjectively that some teams are more dangerous than others. I have to apply myself mentally in a way that I'm convinced that everyone is the same threat, which is a big threat. And so approaching this game, it is a little bit different just because it's one of our big rivals.
Yep.
And we obviously did drop points to them earlier in the season. So we do have a little bit of a score to settle, but one of our team goals is to win our rivalries, but also not get too emotionally sucked in. If things, like games are turbulent, sometimes we've got momentum, sometimes we won't. We can't let that dictate how we're feeling. So a big thing for us going into this game, and me certainly will be managing the emotions, because this game is this is one of the most competitive games we play, is against the Courage, and I think we're excited to get after it. But just being aware that while we approach every game as if every opponent is the most dangerous opponent we've ever played, just knowing that this might come with a little bit more heat and a little bit more emotion is a good way for us to prepare for this.
The league recently announced that the NWSL championship game in November will be played at Providence Park in Portland. I imagine that announcement and that scenario is just a little bit more incentive for this club to be in that spot come November. Yeah,
I think that I would be lying if I said that our eyes weren't on the Shield and our eyes weren't on the championship. That would be a flat out lie. But what I can say is that our minds aren't there yet, in the sense that what I said earlier, we really are taking this day by day. We can't look ahead and get anxious about dropping points right now. We have to keep our heads down and keep working on what we know will draw us success, keep working on our team culture, what will draw us success. And if we do all the right things, we're confident that we will be put in the positions to compete for the Shield and compete in our hometown for the championship. And so it's this balance of knowing that that's something we want to accomplish this year, but not letting that give us stress or anxiety. Because if we do the right things, we're hoping that that's what will be in front of us.
That'd be pretty cool, especially for a hometown gal like you.
Yeah.
If knock on wood, if things were to play out, that'd be pretty cool with your family and friends there. Pretty sweet, huh?
For sure. Yeah.
All right, Bella Bixby. We're going to let you go with a huge thank you for being with us today. And it's always such a treat to catch up with you. Happy with just how the rehab went, happy with how the season's going. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Ann.
Cheers. Thanks, Bella. See you down the road.
Bye.